Amazing product is totally different than anything you've ever seen, other than maybe those foam rollers that you have to lay down on the ground with, and they work and they're effective, but they're kind of painful. It's kind of difficult to get down on the ground, and then is all your body pressure pushed into that foam roller. So it works, but it's kind of painful. Krista Vecchio, this is a personal trainer, a fitness expert. Come on in. He developed the coolest concept. I am so proud of you right now.
Thank you.
Like, everybody here is wowed by this product.
I've been hearing a lot of wows since I've got to set.
Congratulations. Welcome to HSN, Chris.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So tell us what made you come up with this idea.
Yeah, so I've been a health and wellness coach for over 20 years. And the thing I emphasize the most is movement is the most important thing to improving and optimizing the quality of our lives, right? And so a phrase that I like to let people know about is that age does not dictate how we move. How we move dictates how we age. And so foam rolling helps to improve the way we move by increasing blood flow and circulation. It helps to release muscle tissue and tension, so it increases range of motion. And it also hydrates tissue so that muscles feel loose and pliable. But the problem with foam rolling is that you have to get on the ground.
Yes.
And so I came up with a way to improve the way you exceed all of these benefits without ever having to get on the floor.
We're going to show you as much as we can, because it's one of those really interesting ways, products to be able to demonstrate. But you see here, all you need is a door frame. What do we do next?
If you see what Diana's doing over here, she's working on her low back from a standing position, so it makes it incredibly easy for her to target that area. When you're foam rolling on the ground, it makes it really difficult to control that pressure. Oftentimes we hear people talk about it being painful and uncomfortable. So Diana is able to access that area of her low back because she's got this three-dimensional space to play in right now that gives her the ability to move while she's also applying pressure.
Okay. This is another way we're going to demonstrate where you can adjust this high and low in the door frame depending on your height. You can share it with a partner.
Yeah, Mobility Wall has so many great features. One of the favorite features is that this product ships fully assembled, so there's no parts, there's no assembly, right? We all hate putting pieces together. But Mobility Wall weighs 5 pounds, so it's incredibly light, easy to adjust. It's built onto a threaded rod, so it uses these oversized hand grips to release and provide tension across the door frame. So you can easily slide it up, or you can easily slide it down into position. So if you want to work your neck and shoulders, we keep it in this position here, and you can come underneath and apply upward pressure and inward pressure, as opposed to downward pressure when you're on the ground foam rolling.
It makes a huge difference. I was doing this exercise before the show. You saw me, Chris. I literally almost started crying because it was
goosebumps.
Yeah, I did have goosebumps. It felt so good. That's the area that I know Tracy tries, my guy tries, but he just can't get to the point where this does. What is this material? It's not super hard, but it is.
Another feature, great benefit of Mobility Wall is that we made sure to make these rollers the perfect combination of density to also allow it to create soft pressure so it feels like a gentle massage. So it's hard enough to get the job done, but it's also really gentle and soft, just like you would be getting your own massage from a massage therapist, but instead you can do this on your own at home.
So I know you can target any body part. In fact, we've seen over here, you can put it mid-frame so you can really work the lower back. I'm not gonna do that because we've got the mic packs here. Yeah. But you could do the upper back, you could do arms.
You can work your arms as well, right? A lot of people don't realize that there's tension built up into the neck and shoulders that come from your triceps, also come from your lats. And so if you want to release some of the tension that goes into your neck and shoulders, you can work your tricep coming up along the back of the arm. Because we're in that three-dimensional space, we have all of this room to play with, this active release technique. This is actually a clinical technique that's performed by massage therapists. If you ever had a massage before, you know that they don't just focus on rubbing the muscles, but they also move and articulate limbs.
So true, and that's why massage is so beneficial. By the way, what's that little center ball?
So, just when you thought we were done, there's so much more.
Okay.
We've got the small ball trigger point attachment. So if you want to get a little bit more precise and find some of those targeted areas, we have this piece in the middle called the trigger point receiver. And so this trigger point receiver allows us to place the small ball attachment, which is used with friction fit technology. So it simply just pushes right in, and then you can adjust the angle and the position of this ball depending on where you want to place it. So if you want to work the upper neck and shoulders, you can place it down, facing straight down, come underneath,
oh boy.
and I can just apply simple pressure up into the neck. And at the same time, because I've got this three-dimensional space to play in, it allows me to articulate and mobilize at the same time, which accelerates releasing all of that tension in the upper neck and shoulders.
You know what, I always have pulled hamstrings. Can we just drop this down low?
This is great for legs.
Okay.
So a lot of misconceptions is that people think the neck and shoulders are the only area where we carry tension and that mobility wall is only great for that area. But we can actually work the hamstring just as easily, and
oh,
the
this is
inside,
so smart.
The inside area. You see how easy that was to move as well, from top to bottom. So from here, you just want to take your leg over the top.
Okay.
And again, another great feature about mobility wall is that because you're in this vertical position, it gives you so many points of leverage. You've got your hands on the door frame, you've got a foot on the ground, and now you're just applying pressure, and you can rotate that hip in so you can get the inside of the thigh.
Oh, this is awesome.
There we go.
I'm totally getting this.
Right?
My producer says, don't be shy to scream, Callie. I'm like, oh, it's really amazing how you can target.
And you have so much control. The hard part when you're on the ground foam rolling is that you're fighting gravity. And so it's really all or nothing, right? With mobility wall, because this vertical position, it allows you to really find those shades of different pressure. Because if you've gotten a massage before, you know that it's really challenging. Sometimes people walk out of massages feeling like they just wasted their money. They wanted it a little bit deeper, they wanted a little bit more gentle. But here, with mobility wall, you have the ability to do it on your own because you have so much control.
You really do have more control of the pressure that you're putting. Again, foam rollers are great because they really do the job.
Yep.
But you're putting all the pressure downward.
Correct.
So you lose all control.
Correct. And an often association you hear people talk about with foam rolling is that it's painful and uncomfortable.
This is awesome.
And the hard part about that is there's so many benefits they could be taking advantage of, but they aren't able to perform it. Let alone they don't want to get on the ground. There's some people who can't even get on the ground. And so now you have the ability, we're making this available for everybody. It's for all body types.
Yeah.
My 74-year-old mother uses this herself to recover from her back injury.
Oh.
And so before her doctor was prescribing her some foam rolling techniques that she was unable to prepare and perform on her own because she couldn't get on the ground. And so now with mobility wall, we made it possible for her.
So can you show everybody again, Chris? We're showing here the details of how you've built this incredible piece.
Yeah.
Please tell us more.
So the mobility wall, the idea and the concept, we built it onto a threaded rod. We wanted to make this product extremely light, so it's built out of aluminum. And so the threaded rod allows it to expand into the doorway and it allows you to adjust it to any height.
Boy, is this smart.
Right?
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's a one of a kind. It is on sale, by the way. You've got a month. You always have a month to try something before you make your decision.
Excellent.
This is inevitable. We all have that, that tweak or that. For me, it's all right here. I tell you, it's right from my neck out to my shoulders. And watch how you can target that area through this. But any body part, Chris.
This is really just this is the revolution of foam rolling, right? Foam rolling has been around for 20 plus years.
Yep.
And it has evolved from different shapes and sizes and different colors. Some vibrate, but it's never done anything other than foam rolling on the ground. And so I knew that there had to be a better solution. With clients that I work with all over the world, I build a lot of mobility techniques into my programming, and I saw a lack of compliance. And I wanted to find a way to help get people more compliant with improving and thinking about the way they move. And so I know that simplicity is what breeds consistency, and I want to make this as simple as possible. And you can see this is a really great move, what Diana's doing right here on her low back. She's working this section of her back. It's called your QL, and it attaches to your glute and to your lower rib cage. And that's an area when people have low back pain, those muscles get really tight and uncomfortable. And so in this three-dimensional space, she's applying pressure, but she's also reaching to create length and bringing length back into that muscle tissue instead of just applying pressure.
That reminds me, would you show us how to move this back up? Because I did an exercise with Chris before the show.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing how those little adjustments to where you even focus your head can really extend and stretch those muscles.
So that technique you're talking about is called active release technique.
Okay.
Right? So what we do with active release technique is you apply pressure and then you create movement and length and stretch those muscles at the same time. So you're going to come underneath the mobility wall.
Okay.
And we're going to
do it this way.
We're going to use our legs. We're going to use our legs to create upward pressure. And while you're creating upward pressure, I want you to slowly pause when you find a spot that's sore, because that's an indication that you have a tight muscle.
Right there.
Hold that, and then we're gonna slowly bring the chin down to your chest and sweep your chin over to the side and stretch and lengthen that neck muscle.
Nelly.
There it is, and then slowly bring it back, right? And you can just go through those very gentle flows. Right? The term that we use with Mobility Wall is slow is pro. Take your time. Mobility Wall is one of the only products on the market today that speaks to you without technology, right? So you can really get that feedback from the device, taking your time, listening to where you want to move and navigate along the body to release that tension.
Ooh, right there.
There you go.
Sorry about all my moaning and groaning
this
here,
is
but
great.
it's how it feels.
This is great.
Is there any guidance if somebody gets this at home and goes, I don't even know where to begin?
Absolutely. So not only do we want to create a great product, but we also want to create education that came along with the product. We wanted to make sure people knew what they were doing. So we have a great app that has 3 different modules. The first module focuses on individual muscle groups. So if I want to work my triceps, if I want to work my neck, my shoulders, right? The second module is activities. So if you're going to go golfing, if you're going to go surfing, if you're going to go for a run, you can focus on any one of those particular activities, and it guides you through step by step. And the last one is conditions: sciatica, tech neck, plantar fasciitis, elbow tendonitis. So if you're suffering from any of those conditions, you're able to work through those conditions to bring relief and comfort to some of those conditions.
Where do we find that information?
All of that information is on the website. If you purchase the product, it comes with you, and also at the same time on the product here, we have a QR code that you can scan that takes you directly to our app.
I am so getting myself one, and I'm getting one for my son. Seriously.
It's a great gift. It's a great gift.
It is. There are times that you can't get to the muscle. And what you said at the beginning, this is the game-changing moment. You are taking downward pressure of your body weight and gravity and bringing it up and giving us the pressure through what?
Correct. Upward pressure and inward pressure. You're leveraging upward and inward angles as opposed to fighting those downward angle pressures and fighting with gravity. So
it's brilliant. It's really, and by the way, this is our first time airing it. This is the only place you're gonna find this at under $100 too.
No question. This is a steal right now. So we want everybody to take advantage. We want everybody to improve the way they move and start thinking about movement and really self-care. You know, the idea is I talk about simplicity breeds consistency. Consistency and time is what really helps people improve their tension, their pains, their aches. And so the more you can build the simplicity into the product, the faster you can start developing those habits of self-care, and really, you can start morning routines and nighttime, restorative routines before you go to bed. It's a great way. And you don't have to be in fitness clothes. I really wanted to mention that too, because it's really important, is that this is not a product that you have to shift into fitness gear to be able to use this product. You could be outside doing yard work.
All you need is a door frame.
Come walking straight in. If your back or your neck is bothering you, you can go straight in, lower the mobility wall right down to neck height, and start working on using that foam roller to release that tension in your neck.
If you travel, you could take this with you and put it. All you need is a door frame.
It does travel. We do have lots of customers who travel with this in hotels.
Well,
we've even had a few on some private jets using
our
it.
tissues, I said earlier, a Pilates instructor and told me years ago, our issues are in our tissues. We hold so much tension. I think especially after what everybody's been through these last couple of years of just stress and worry and anxiety. We were talking earlier, Chris, before our time runs out, about how easy it is for us to go shoulder closed into this bad posture over our lifetime.
Correct.
This can help open us up.
I think there's a lot of postures in general. Like if you think about people who sleep on their sides, if you're sleeping on your side for 8 hours a night, how many nights a week, how many weeks a year, right? That 8 hours causes those shoulders to round forward. You want to unwind
How would we do a shoulder or opening a chest exercise?
So opening up the neck,
here.
is really, those neck muscles get really tight and holding those shoulders forward. So the release on the neck is going to help.
I feel like you invented this just for me.
I did.
This is
I did. I've been watching you.
You see all the tension I'm holding in my tissues. No, thank you so much. Go to hsn.com to take a look at more details of that QR code. If you put your camera up there, it'll take you right to our homepage, or to the page of this product, and it'll give you more details. You do get the app included with your box.
Correct.
So you will go ahead and be able to get all the exercises from the expert. I mean, you've done this your whole life, and thank you for coming up with an alternative solution.
My pleasure.
Great job.
This is great.
Absolutely. The mobility ball. This is here. It is here in limited supply, and it is here at the lowest price you will find it anywhere in the country. So thank you, Chris. Wow, what an awesome new product to add to our lineup. We, thou, are gonna now turn our attention to how I started this show and how I start my mornings. And that is with some great music. I used to wake up just bouncing